Hello. So this week I decided to do something fun, still serious, still meaningful, but fun. So how come I have 7 children but no kids? I'm sure some people are kind of like, is that a riddle? I have 7 children but no kids. Why? Because I refuse to call my children kids. You know what kids are? Kids are the young of a goat. You know that, right? And unless you want to call my children kids because indirectly you want to call me a goat, and I'm not. And well, we were made in the image and likeness of God, so it's very powerful what we say. Don't forget, God made the world out of nothing just by the power of His words. So words are very powerful. Scripture says life and death and the power of the tongue, right? If you remember, God brought all these animals to Adam, and whatever name He gave them, that became their name. So imagine every time you call your child a kid, somebody somewhere in the 19th century decided that these children are rogues, they are jumpy and boisterous and whatnot. They're just like kids, the young of goats. But what you call a thing, it becomes. So we love to call our children cubs. We like to see ourselves more as lions, the king of the jungle, the king of the forest. So we like to call ourselves a Pebby Pride, and we have cubs, not kids. I remember when we started the Pebby Cubs library services. We actually started it because our children love to read. Every week they go borrow tons of books from the library, which is across the street. And when we were moving to Ghana for a long period, we were wondering, how are these children going to read? What are they going to read? They're very voracious. Sometimes they go to the library here in Montreal with a suitcase. Anyway, so we shipped some books to Ghana, and that's kind of long story short, that's how the Pebby Cubs library program began. But I remember distinctly someone saying, "Oh, I want my kids to join Pebby Cubs." And in a joking manner, I said to him, "Well, please don't bring your kids because our cubs will eat them." All right. So if you think this is not important, that's fine. But we think that it's very important. And you can grow your kids, we'll grow our cubs, and I cannot guarantee what happens to your kids around our cubs. All right, so let's perhaps have a paradigm shift in what we call people, in what we call particularly our children. I know that any metaphor carried too far soon doesn't make sense, because even cubs, it's not every animal that has a cub that we admire, right? Personally, so any metaphor carried too far doesn't make sense in the end. But I'd like you to really think about it. Do you have cubs? Do you have eaglets? Do you have chicks? Do you have kids? I have 7 children, all of them cubs, no kids. I'm not kidding.